All right. Hello, good morning. Good to see you here. I'm Desmond Span, and we're getting into another morning May flow or May morning flow. Flip it up. We're talking about storytelling today, and we're getting into it more. So if you've been following these streams so far, I've talked about the three keys of storytelling, really a basic structure, character, obstacle, desire. Figure out those things, and you can pretty much kind of wing a story out of that. Do it off the top of the dome. And then I talked about, let's see, the getting a little deeper into character using the Brave framework, beliefs, rituals, allegiances, values, and experiences. Um, Borrowing that concept from negotiating the non negotiable. Uh, and we talked about how you can actually, even just using that framework as a way to just dive deeper into your own identity, as a way to write stories of your own experiences, even verses that are based on your own experiences, even if it's not quite a linear storytelling fashion. So, today, what I wanted to do, and I'm going to do, is basically take you through my process for um, creating a verse and particularly a storytelling rap verse. All right. Uh, I'm doing this live and I have about a 30-minute limit, so I'm not going to guarantee that by the end of the 30 minutes I will have a fully done rap song. It doesn't work like that for me. Um, but what I will say is that I'll be further along in my process, and hopefully, by you joining my journey, you'll be able to um, gain some insights into some of the places you might get stuck and ways to like get around that. Uh, so that's kind of the goal with this here. So let me see if my chat is up. Let me push that through real quick. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. All right, the widget's there. So in the chat, let me know. Let me know if you're rocking with me. Say what's up. Say hello. Ask questions as we dive into this. Um, I'm seeing if there's anything good for the order. Just off the top, just the channel. We're back. We're making it happen. Making these videos, building up a community of ride masters. So join us and check that out. Premium content coming, meaning that members only content that's going to be really a lot of these deep dive lessons, as well as stuff from the Rhyme Masters Vault. So if you've watched anything in my past under the MC Mind name, you'll remember the Freestyle Blueprint. That course is still available and is going to be available to members. So check that out. And yeah, in the chat, let me know if you're here, if you're rocking with me. Yesterday I had some trouble with it, so I'm not sure if it came through or not. So I'll have to double check that on the flip, but let's get into it now. Okay. All right. So in order to start here, how did this started? Hold on. How did this start? There we go. That's better. All right. How did this start? So, and what I'm talking about is the idea that I'm going to work on today. And I was looking at the subscribers for my channel. And all right, I'm going to try to tell the short version of the story here. Is so if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that it's been up for I don't even know the year count, at least 5 years, if not longer. Started way back before everybody was making how to rap videos, and yeah, and long and short of it, did it, and it was received well, but it took a lot of work. Burnout happened, so had to take a break. Had to deal with life. Became certified teacher. Had my second child. Like married, all, whole bunch of life things happen. And we fast forward to now in the quarantine, and I'm thinking of, all right, well, what can I do to um, reconnect and just try to like stay creative and stay helpful during this time. And so I come back to the Ryan Masters channel and I'm like, all right, maybe I'll start putting out content. So I noticed with the channel that like the subscriptions, the rate was like basically every 28 days, it was about like 130 without me like really adding anything to the channel, just off the content that I've done previously. Right. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's like, I guess there's something here. I guess there's a place where I can actually make an impact. So, but some of the same issues are still apply. Like, I'm doing these live streams because I can serve you quickly, but it does not. I admit it's not like the most efficient way. Meaning, like it's better to make the video, get the editing in, and then hold your attention better with all the jump cuts and stuff like that. So I'm not in a position to do that right now. I can basically just do these live streams and edit to the best of my ability. So I'm basically hoping like, well, I know people like the more trimmed down, under 5 minute, 10-minute clip videos. But that's not what I'm able to offer right now. So I hope I don't make, you know, the channel worse by coming back. And so I start streaming. I think I'm in my second or third week of this now, maybe second, maybe third. I don't know. Anyway, so I started streaming again, and then I just noticed that the subscription rate starts going down. So instead of it being like about 120 every 28 days, I see it like dive down to like about, I think the lowest I saw it was like maybe about 50 every 28 days. And I remember there was one day where I lost like 24 subscribers in like one posting. And I could probably even connect it to the video that caused that. And the thing that I noticed within myself is like when I saw that number go down, it was like I actually had like a visceral body sensation to it, like kind of a churn and like ache in my stomach when I saw that. And I was just like, dude, like why does this matter? Because I noticed that the other factors were up. The views were up. Views were up. And obviously with the views going up, ad revenue goes up. So, the things that are like, all right, it's working. But the fact that this number was decreasing, that just had this reaction that made me just like feel unmotivated, feel like, okay, I'm making the channel worse, and then kind of project into the future, like, what if I hit negative subscribers? Like, what if I actually start to shrink the channel by showing up this way? And long and short of that is I got to a point where on a sticky note, I wrote down these three things. So I'm not doing this for followers. I'm not doing it for subscribers. I'm doing it for impact. So obviously, the bigger the subscribers, probably the bigger my impact. But I can't let this one number of people who decide to subscribe to the channel affect whether I show up or not. Because if I stop showing up, then I know that I'm not making any more of an impact. So that's kind of like the impetus of the story. And the reason I'm telling you this is because, I mean, you probably can't do any type of search on YouTube or online that does not connect to social media and that does not connect to people talking about followers and talking about subscribers and how to like get that account up. And there's articles about how people compare themselves and like feel bad because like, they're just trying to get to that blue check mark to get that many subscribers to be, have enough status to receive that blue check mark. And I guess it's not causing depression, but what I would say is that for those who already struggle with low self-image and self-esteem and depression, comparing following accounts does not help. Comparing the number of likes does not help. And I see high school students stressing over this. So I think there's something real to talk about here. So with that all being said, this is when I start heading into like, all right, well, I think I can make this into a story. Essentially, the story I just told, and it's kind of short form. I could just retell that in a rap verse, but I was thinking about maybe expanding it. So what I'm gonna do is when I'm thinking about story, and this is something that like I would kind of keep in my head, but I'm trying to make it a little bit more explicit now to be able to demonstrate it for you. Is all right. So let's take those three keys: the character, desires, and obstacles, and just start listing ideas. So this is another technique: is just to list ideas that come to your mind. So and I don't. So I believe y'all should be with me. Let me see if I switch. Hold on, I'm gonna switch my workspace to this and see if that helps with. For whatever reason, it might be there, but I can't see any of the comments coming through. And again, if I had like a lot of people's live stream setups, they actually have somebody operating I guess I'm using split broadcaster. So somebody else is doing that and they can work on those issues. It's all me right now. So bear with me. I appreciate your patience. Let's go to this and then I'll see if I can maybe get to the comments a little bit towards the end. So character ideas. So just quickly making a list. I can go, you can list your character ideas. So I can go with like just myself as I am right now, present day. I could also go with my younger self. And then this is the idea like, okay, so what if I were my younger self in this day and age? And then if I wanted to just kind of like maybe make a composite character, so that means when you like just take like you meet a lot of like you borrow from like a whole lot of characters to make like one character. So then I could do like a young male, or I could do a young female, because I often too hear about young females getting into negative patterns in relationships with social media by doing the like comparison and the subscription comparison, right? And I can go on from there, but for this video, I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter. So, and a couple of those are sticking out to me, but I'm going to, what I like to do in the very beginning is just kind of keep it loose and just try to get a lot of things on the board as possible, and then kind of let my subconscious kind of like start thinking about how to put them together and not really put a lot of effort in putting them together like right from the beginning. So it's like going slow to eventually go fast once you're like in the rap writing process. So desire ideas. So essentially, what could these characters want? So I think fame, I think status, I think power. I think we create followers with wealth, like trying to be an influencer, get deals that way. And I also think impact, like people want to make a difference, make a difference. And I would keep going with this too, like maybe give myself like a 2-minute nonstop listing, just focusing on like what could people want when they're really pursuing followers and subscribers. Now, obstacles, ideas. So the things that get in the way. So this could be, let's see. So what's getting in the way of people like getting subscribers? It could be like low motivation. It could be, as I said before, depression. Let's see. I would say the wrong focus. It could be being harassed at school or online, harassment, fear, could just say fear broadly, but I'm going to go fear of rejection in particular. All right, so again, those are my lists for theirs. And then lastly is this, because for me, as like I consider myself a conscious MC. So usually like there's a message behind the things that I do and the things that I write. And I would even say that even in your just your basic stories, rapping stories, any story, there can be a message perceived from the story, even if the author does not intend it. So message ideas could be something like, so for me, I think right now it's focus on impacts. It also might be like focus on process. Let's see, kind of the sentiment that's out there. Do you don't compare? And there might even be messages that are like may not be like the whole thing, that could just be like you end up including in the verse. So I might say something about like the fact that we do compare ourselves is actually a human thing. So comparisons are, I'll just say human, right? And I think that comparisons will, another message is that comparing can lead to suffering. And I think people resonate with that. So people who take like social media, breaks and detox, like I think, because it can easily get you into that zone of like, look at what they're doing. Why am I not doing that? And that comparison cause you to doubt yourself. All right, so I have these ideas just to start, and I would continue on like if I were just going straight into this for like hold on, if I was going straight into this like straight up a writing session, wasn't trying to like show my thinking, my process, I might even go on and start diving a little deeper into it. So what I want to say is, so this is basically kind of like it's like a cooking show. You know how when they show you the steps and then they pull it out of the oven, like, hey, this is already I've already put one in the oven before. So I kind of went through this a little bit earlier, and the idea that began to stick out to me as far as character ideas is the idea of my being my younger self now and then young male. And I highlighted both of them because like this is kind of the thing I'm going to keep in the back of my mind when I do the next step of flow webbing, but I'm not necessarily going to like be so tied to it that if I can't get a different idea. So if inspiration strikes and I want to write about something else, I give myself the freedom to do that. I think sometimes we get so focused on trying to do it a certain way or convey a certain line or message that we don't stay flexible enough to be able to see in a different approach to achieve the same objective. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind because really the idea of being like my younger self now, there's so many movies that even take that concept of like basically if you were an adult in a kid's body or a kid in an adult's body, or if I think there's a movie with like Tiffany Haddish. Was it Tiffany Haddish? I don't know if it's Tiffany Haddish. I think it was the actress from Insecure. She was in it, and then the actress from Blackish, like the female twin, she was in it as well. Where she was older and then magically woke up as like her younger as a kid and had to go back to middle school as an adult. So she was an adult in a kid's body, went back to middle school. So anyway, interesting, like that idea, that whole concept of if you could do it all over, right? What would you do? Like that lets me know that's like, okay, there's something worth exploring here. So I'm going to flow web now, and This is, again, if you haven't heard of flow webbing, um, this is the process that I use to just basically generate ideas quickly. And I use the word relationships, the 6 ways to generate ideas. It's all about just maintaining a flow of ideas. It's all about just letting the non-linear part of the brain take over and just go and put ideas down. So I'm gonna do that, and I guess I'll probably talk through it a little bit while I do it. And what I'm gonna be looking for is, you might see me circle some things as I go. That means that that idea or that idea cluster caught my attention, and then I'll tell you what I'll do after that. So let's see. I just put 3 random words from just kind of what's in the room: leverage, production, and beginner. And I'll start with leverage and just kind of see what happens. So within leverage, I see lever, then seesaw, and then playground. And then this makes me think of ABC. You know, this connects to school. All right. And lunch time. And let's see, lunch. Let's go with punch. And brunch. And I won't worry too much about my spelling. Let's go with hunch. And then I'm gonna hop over here to production just to mix it up. Production, consumption, some, thin, quick strike. And let's see, consumption, consume. So I'm looking outside for different words. So consume. I like to do this too, to get into different rhymes. So consume, say, and slight rhyme. Run. Soon, I'll say. That would be slang rhyme all day if I said fondue and consume. All right, let's see. Let's hop over to beginner. Beginner, winner, center, dinner. And then, hey, look at that. Connects back to dinner time. Plate, serve, and then papers. Now it connects to court. And all right, and I'll stop there for now. So I would keep going, and I think I am going to keep going with this like after this video, to get to some just to kind of keep going till I get into a flow. I think right now, because I am demonstrating this, part of my head is thinking like, okay, what am I going to do next to talk to the video, to talk to you guys? What am I going to do next as far as like what I'm saying? So I'm not really allowing myself to just generate the ideas because I'm trying to multitask it. But what I will say is the thing that caught my attention from the very beginning was this little nugget of ABC, playground, school, seesaw. Well, I guess I could put school in there, but well, and the reason was because of like literally when I wrote playground in my head, the song Playground plays by ABC, which is another Bad Creation, early 90s kid group. So the next step after this, like I would go and actually there's some this thing caught my attention too. I'm not gonna lie. Some thin, then some thin thick. Basically, it was like some thin or some thick. And then, yeah, there's some ideas from there. So what I would begin to do is take the those ideas that I like that caught my attention, and then now I start trying to focus and connect them to, in this case, I'm going to say the character. So I'll just say like the younger me, right? So the question becomes, and I'll just put it in the, see if I can. So then I'll say, how might I connect the circled ideas to my character ideas? And then it could be the character ideas. So you could keep kind of playing this game, right? Connecting your circled ideas to your character ideas to your desire ideas and your obstacle ideas and message ideas. So I'll zoom in on that. All right. So this is, I think what I want to do with this is I'm going to start wrapping this up because, we're getting close to that 30-minute cutoff. But the purpose here, at least kind of like my steps go, is if I'm writing something that's going to be about a topic, especially a story, then I'm going to use a lot of techniques to identify my ideas around the character, around the obstacles, around the desires and what they want. Then I'm going to flow web to just kind of let my mind play with words. And then as I'm playing with words, I'm noticing when I pause a little bit or I laugh or just something catches my attention. And then I circle those ideas. And then the next step and the thing that I'll show in the stream tomorrow is the process where like, okay, how might I connect the circled ideas to the various character ideas, desire ideas, obstacle ideas, and message ideas. And sometimes when I do that, I end up getting lines that I'm actually going to use. Other times, it's just like a interesting exercise to kind of keep the connection going. But I find that when I'm playing the game of connecting ideas that I don't normally associate with each other, that's when I get the unique stuff versus when I just try to create it in my head and put it out there, right? It's through taking ideas from different domains and figuring out what you want to say, like the message, that you get inspired lyrics. And then because you're using the story keys as your base, then you'll have an easier time of putting it into a story form when it actually gets to the verse part. So I hope you join me for that tomorrow. And man, I've had these streams working before where I could see comments, but now for whatever reason, they're not coming through. So I'm gonna check my settings and try to figure that out. So tomorrow I could actually do some Q&A with this. So if you were here, let me know in the comments to the video. I guess I've been saying comments to chat. So I usually have the chat working, but for whatever reason, it's not working. I'm gonna try to fix that, get it working for you tomorrow. But in the comments that are below, please let me know what questions you have. What do you thought of the video? Don't forget to like and subscribe. I guess I did tell that story. Like and subscribe to the channel. And then if you are interested to stay connected to like the deep dive content that I plan on giving going forward, become a member of the channel. Just starts $4. Actually not four, excuse me, $5 a month, like $4.99. and you'll get access to the freestyle blueprint. I'm just basically releasing premium content from my courses that I've created over the years. So we've been focusing a lot on flow webbing this week, and next week I'm going to start releasing the freestyle blueprint. So if you're trying to be able to wrap off the top of the dome, then you're going to have access to those member only lessons starting next week. And then I'm still running my promotion where my first 5 members this month will get a free 1-hour session with me. So you join the channel and then you get the information to be able to schedule your session. And I have one more spot left, one more spot. So if you want to help support the channel grow so we can, I might be able to get somebody on my team to help me out here and continue to provide you with content, as well as being able to continue to help you grow in your MC skills and your personal development. Support the channel, join, just $4.99, and then I got you on a free 1-hour session. So I have 4 now. I just need 1 more, and then the promotion will be up for May. So, all right. Thank you for your time and your attention this morning if you're rocking with me. And until next time, it is not about perfection. It's about connection. And I will see you. I'm going to beat my mic up. I will see you in the next video. All right. All right. Let's get